call the meeting to order, all right? And we'll get going. Again, I don't have time and piece in front of me here, so 5:17. Okay. Thank you. Review of the minutes of the previous meeting. I moved that. I read them, and everything seems to be in order to me. I moved to approve the minutes as submitted.
I second
for August 30th. I have a second.
Yep.
All right, that's
I just have one question. Sorry.
Sure.
Third paragraph, about midpoint, it says, he said there was a 20 by 30 feet of edge metal that has to be put on and stripped in. What does that mean?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So
I'm not quite sure what.
Hi, this is Sal Morbido. The edge metal is the fascia, the metal fascia.
So I know what the edge metal is, but what's stripped in?
There's a return flange that is then another a strip of roofing material is bonded on top of the metal and connected to the other roofing membrane.
Okay, I've just never heard that term before.
Okay.
I'm here, you guys. I'm sorry I'm late.
Okay, thank you, Jane.
Sorry, you owe us all $500.
No. This is a volunteer position.
That's right, Jane.
No pension either.
Oh, okay. Just like my other job.
Jane, you're not getting paid. You're giving us the money.
Okay. So sorry I missed that. I was on a call that I could not get off the call. Okay, so you're going through what's happening at Burr, I assume?
We're up to the minutes.
No, we were about to approve the minutes.
Oh, okay.
Before you so rudely interrupted me.
I didn't know if you knew I was there. I didn't know if you needed me. Obviously you don't. You got a quorum.
Yeah. All right. So it's been recommended for approval, and I believe Al seconded it. And do I have any additional comments?
Nope.
Okay. Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next item on the agenda is 3, and it's an update on the Burr Elementary School roof.
Hi, everybody. It's Sal Morbido again. The last item that we have left, we got rained out on, is there's a relocation of the ladder that goes down into the, we'll call it the HVAC equipment depression. There's a low spot that has 7 major rooftop units, and there's a ladder that goes down into that pit. And because we added metal siding over the masonry walls that were the sides of this, we needed to disconnect the ladder from their clips, extend the clips, and then reattach it. Originally, they thought they were going to do that bolted. They figured out that they couldn't do that. They scheduled for Rosh Hashanah, a day that we had off, to do welding, and we were rained out that day, if you recall. So we're just going to reschedule that for a Saturday, and they just haven't given me the schedule with that because they're using a welder that's not their own, is a subcontractor, so they have to schedule with him and then schedule with me. But otherwise, we're in good shape. We're at the 99% complete portion. And when you get to the invoicing, you'll see that the invoicing is for everything except the contingency, and that more than covers the work that needs to be done for this roof ladder.
Okay, it doesn't sound like there's a lot of welding involved, Sal, I guess, on that one.
No, not really. They probably spend more time setting up than they do actually welding.
All right. And so all straight E70 type stuff, nothing complicated?
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing spectacular.
All right. Okay, any other comments on that? Okay. Item 4, Osborne Hill. Sal?
Osborne Hill, they were out today doing at least the punch list for the manufacturer. There are a couple items left on the architect's punch list. I had a email dialogue with the owner of Commercial Roofing, asking why he's not finishing when there's close to $50,000 left on the table. That he's rushing, and it was a I guess he's getting confused. Every time the architect sends him back the punch list, it says, if there's, I forgot how many items are on the punch list, the architect marks them as complete. So that confuses him because he keeps saying, I have multiple punch lists, instead of, the latest revision of the same punch list with items checked off as complete. So I don't know what his problem is. I kind of made it clear to him that he's not going to get his money unless he completes all of the punch lists and hands us the warranty. And I can't imagine why he is acting this way, but he is. And that's my update.
It sounds like he doesn't read them.
He must not. He must not. It's really funny. I mean, before, when we're, doing scope review and everything, he was nice as can be, and I don't know, 2/3 of the way through the project, he just got confrontational, and a little bit resistant. And it was just like we're right there. It's like. It's like a long car ride, and you're getting annoyed with the person that you're in the car ride with. That's the only way I can say it. And we're really right. Yeah, we're a block away from the end of a long car trip, and he doesn't want to put it in drive and drive that last block. I'm shrugging my shoulders right now. I just don't get it.
Was this, Sal, was this work that maybe DPW could finish for us, or somebody?
I haven't brought that up yet. It's one of those. If you follow the contract, you're supposed to, pull the bond. There's different ways to do that. I almost wrote to him and say, "Do you need assistance in finishing?" And that might be my next email. It might be that we just jingle the bond holder just to say, your person needs a little bit of help. Maybe just the fact that we called the bond company might spook them into doing the work. I really don't get it. I mean, it really is mine. And I think it's one of those things he wants to see who blinks first.
Yeah, and he's taking up your time too as well. So,
well,
we got $50,000 of this.
We're not going to.
Yeah, I know. All right, I guess the only thing we can do at this point is wait for an update from you on just how you react to pulling a bond or whatever you're going to do.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Well, he hasn't submitted this month, right, Sal?
No, he didn't submit this month. I even put that in the email, Jane, that, gee whiz, you got a whole month, if you went back to my emails from a month ago, you got a whole month until the building committee meeting. Get out there. You got these minor items. You should be able to wrap it up in a day, send us an invoice, get us the actual warranty paper, and, it'll be clockwork. You'll get your check. And I don't know, he's independently wealthy. I don't know.
Okay.
I certainly know that I wouldn't leave $50,000 on the table for one day's worth of work.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, well, and certainly you're not going to release final payment without a warranty. I mean,
Right.
You don't do a roof without a warranty.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. I guess there's not much less to do. Hope we get some action out of him, and then he'll probably blame it on the pandemic like everybody else does.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. We're going to move on to the invoicing, I guess, at this point here. We have a requisition. Wait, is this small? From Silktown Roofing for current payment due of $46,085. Is that I'm reading that right?
65.
46,065.
Right. All right. I'm going to recommend that we make that requisition. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All right. Any further comments on this from anybody?
Nope.
All right. Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried, I guess. With the I can't tell who everybody voted or didn't. But okay. Move on to the next one here. Okay, we have an invoice from Phil Cerrone here. Invoice number 2167, and that's for visit to the job site in the amount of $1,300. And that's a fee that I know we've agreed upon, right, Sal, with him?
That's correct. We agreed on that fee.
We agreed on that fee or that rate. I don't have the history in front of me.
That's the whichever way you want to say it. That's the amount for the punch list back punching the punch list visit by the architect at each site.
And we already approved because we haven't even talked about this for months. And that's the amount. Like a total $1,300, or are we still? Because we're not done, right?
No, we're not done. Maybe we take this up under. We didn't do. I know that Gerald wrote a synopsis of what transpired with the town attorney. Gerald, do you want to take that over? Explain our status with the New England Glass Armor and the town attorney and Phil Cerrone and all that good stuff.
Right. So this is Gerald Foley. So what's happened is we were kind of in an impasse with New England Glass Armor. What they wanted, them through their attorney, we had the final punch list that came up. It's got to be almost 8 months ago. It's a ridiculously long period, and so the contractor was pushing back that he hadn't gotten feedback from the town on the punch list. So what we did is we agreed to have Phil Cerrone go out and do 2 site inspections. He did one at each high school. The fee that he'd agreed to years ago with this was $650 per site. So he did both sites, the total being $1,300. As a result of that, those site visits, which we kind of knew this, is he's not finished. So Phil's marked up the drawings again, the punch list again, and we sent it back to through the attorney through this is New England Glass Armor's attorney and say, look, you're still not finished. Here's all the things you have to do. So my point for presenting this is that Phil Cerrone has done what we've asked them to do.
Right.
And so what I wanted to do is at least present this component of it through, in other words, don't hold him up waiting for this other issue to be resolved. Let's at least take this site visit, and then I can, we'll circle back next month to give you an update on where we are with this punch list.
Yeah, and that money is we're going to deduct that from.
Yeah. So right. So the intent is with this is we've kind of drawn the line with the guy from New England Glass Armor. We can't keep. Every time we send Phil Cerrone out, it's costing us money. So I think Phil is going out, and Sal probably can correct me. I think he's out either 3 or 4 times to check these schools.
Right.
And so this
At least.
And so at least. And so every time he goes out, Phil Cerrone bills us, and then we send him out again, and he bills us. And the guy from New England Glass Armor, I think we said, look, you know what, we're not going to keep sending him out because you're not finished, and we're going to keep getting charged. So the town attorney has suggested with this latest invoice is that we back charge New England Glass Armor for this. Now, we might get pushback on that. We may end up, cutting it in half, in essence, paying say $650 that comes off of their bill. But the intent is that we want to charge them back for this because this just can't keep going on.
Right. So my recollection is that we were going to, put that in writing from our attorney. That anytime, past whatever that line in the sand is that's already been crossed a million times.
Right. So I think this was yeah. So the town attorney had mentioned that the intent is to charge back New England Glass Armor for these site inspections.
Okay. So right now we can approve paying, but the intent right now.
Yeah, the intent
whether we
is
get
to
it
go
or
back,
not is to back charge this amount.
To back charge, yes, correct.
Okay.
Let's back up. Was that ever put in writing?
There's lots of emails going back and forth about this whole topic. One of the emails from I'm trying to think of what the guy it would be New England Glass Armors is they've said that they would be willing to share in the cost of these inspections. And that was his latest
attorney
one.
Carl Porto is the name.
Yes. Thank you. So yes, it's been bantered back and forth about, and that's the whole point being is that we as the town continue to, on good faith, send out Phil Cerrone because the contractor keeps saying he's finished, and time again we've sent him out, and the same is basically going like in a revolving door.
Right.
The latest one there wasn't as many things on the punch list, but kind of to what Sal had mentioned about the roof, there's still things to be done, and. In this case, the contractor has been billing us, but we're not paying it because we're saying, no, we're not releasing any more money until you finish the job 100% to our satisfaction.
We should have just defaulted on this guy's contract and gotten somebody else to finish the work.
I think that's where we're at the point now. I think this is where it's going to go to because there was a discussion, I think it was probably a week ago or so, that I think we're at a point where we're done. So the attorney Baldwin had mentioned to Phil Cerrone to look to the contract to proceed to basically moving forward. There was a section within the contract. He said, let's discuss this. And I think it was last week we had the discussion. So it's probably later on this week we'll be moving forward with the next steps.
Gerald, just to interrupt you, sorry, but make sure that the committee is kept up to date and informed.
Yes.
If this is the
that's what I'm trying go ahead.
Yeah. We have to approve it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing this matter to at least so you'll know. This was, I think, like maybe a couple of weeks ago, we had sent Phil Cerrone to do the inspection, and we were all optimistic that it would come back and be fully complete. But I think we knew in our heart of hearts that wasn't going to be complete, and sure enough,
I think it's called magical thinking.
Yeah, magical thinking. Yeah. So we're kind of, like I said, in an impasse, and my point being was with Phil Cerrone is I don't want him to have to wait, 60, 90, 120 days for him to get paid for an invoice for something that relates to a contractor. So that's why I wanted to at least bring it to you. If you want to, hold it, that's fine. I felt it was that I should at least present it to you guys, and at the same time provide you with an update.
Okay. Well, I Jennifer, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I recommended that for approval, awaiting for a second. Is that right?
No, you never did that. So can you recommend it for approval?
Okay. Well, it's listed as an architect's fee. Let me get back to that point, and not that I lost it.
Invoice 2167 for
Thank you.
$1,300.
Correct. Okay, I'm recommending what was just stated for the record for approval. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay. Moving on to the next invoice, which is Silver Petroselli invoice number 21-1874. And this is a real tiny invoice for $460 for their worthwhile services, in my opinion, so I'm recommending it for approval.
Second.
Do we have a second on that?
Yep. Second.
Okay, any further discussion on that?
Sal, this is closed out of the contract, correct?
No, they still have a final.
Yeah, they're 85% complete of phase 2.
80. Correct. What Jane said.
Oh, yeah, it says right there. Okay. My bad.
No problem.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
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 Motion carried. Having problems here. All right. Any new business?
I'll give you an update on the next roofing project, which will be Roger Ludlow Middle School roof replacement for next summer.
Sure.
That ed spec has been approved by the Board of Ed, and a funding request, or the request, the vote to make a request for funding was also approved by the Board of Ed. The next stop would be Board of Selectmen. After that, Board of Finance, and then the RTM at the end of, hopefully at the end of October. Once we have all those items in place, and along with that is certain resolutions that we need for filing with OSCGNR, also the establishment of a building committee and the assignment of the building committee duties to the standing special projects building committee. Once all those things are passed, next, hopefully November, the first 10 days of November, I will file with the state for a job status, a project status, and we would be hopefully bidding the roof sometime in December, hopefully the first half of December, depending on when we get approval of our plans from OSCGNR. So I would be expecting that right at the beginning of the new year, you will be approving a bid for that roof replacement next summer. We really pressed the time frame on this to make sure that we're bidding at a good time, and also there's a lot of hiccups in the supply chain, especially for rigid insulation. Supply chains are all screwed up well into the second quarter of next year because of COVID. So, hopefully we're able to get good pricing and secure our materials. And that's my update.
Thank you.
Gerald, do you have anything that you need to?
Nope,
update us
nothing
on?
for me.
Okay.
Nope.
All right, so that was, and out of sequence was new business, so I'll go to old business. Okay.
I think we covered that during invoice approval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we'll leave it up to Al to adjourn.
You mean Len?
Len.
Yeah. I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Okay.
See,
Thank
you
you.
get rid of me, you can't never end a meeting.
I know. We can't get rid of you.
That's
All right.
great.
Good night, everybody.
All right, everybody have a good night.
Everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Good
All
night.
right, bye-bye.
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 Good job, Rich.